Hi guys and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a makeup look video. Just thought I'd do kind of a little get ready with me video to show you all of the makeup products that I'm currently reaching for the most. My makeup doesn't actually change very much on a day-to-day basis. I've pretty much been using the same core products like for months, so I just thought I would share with you the things that I'm really loving and show you how I wear my makeup on a day-to-day basis, because I don't want to go out looking like some kind of ghost. To start with, I apply a primer just to get a smooth base as I have quite large pores. The primer that I'm reaching for the most at the moment is the Maybelline Baby Skin Instant Pore Eraser, which has a kind of similar texture to my other favourite, which is Benefit's Professional, but for a fraction of the cost. For foundation, I've been using this pretty much every single day since I bought it. So this is the Urban Decay All Nighter Longwear Liquid Foundation, and this is in the shade 0.5, which is obviously their palest shade. I wasn't that sure about this to start with, just because I wasn't too sure about the colour. And whilst I wasn't sure about it to start with, I absolutely love it now. And I've pretty much used this tube up. And this is a much more high coverage foundation than what I used to wear. And to apply that, I'll just be using my Zoeva Silk Finish foundation brush. So I put quite a lot of foundation on at the moment because I just want to. Now that I am even more ghostly pale, it's time to start adding some colour into my face. Starting with the brows, it looks like I have literally no eyebrows, but I promise you they are there. They are just white. I'm not the best at applying my eyebrows, mostly because I don't have that much to go on in terms of actually seeing where they should be. So I just kind of wing it. And you know, it's worked out fine so far. I recently bought this kind of on a whim. I think we had 10% off at work, which is always a bad thing. I headed to the Benefit counter and picked up the Gimme Brow, which I have used a sample of before and I really liked it. So I thought I'd pick this up. This is in the shade 1. I find that it's a bit easier to get a sense of the shape of my eyebrows if I go over them first with this, because then I can actually see where the hairs are rather than just kind of trying to draw it in with a pencil. So let's just see if we can do this. I might have to look down a bit because my mirror is just down there. So as you can see, there is an eyebrow there, and it now has a tiny bit of colour to it. So now that I have a rough idea as to where my eyebrows are supposed to be, I go in now and fill them in a little bit more using this kind of gross I've had this for ages. This is the Maybelline Master Brow Pro Palette, and this is in the shade Soft Brown. 3-shade palette with like a highlighter, a light brown and a darker brown. I think the darker brown is kind of like a gel, but I don't really use that, to be honest. And I apply that using this brush, which is an NYX brush, and this is number 19, which I think was specifically a brow brush, but I can't really remember. For a further bit of definition, just to kind of sharpen up the shape a little bit, I use this, which is the collection. It's all worn off because I've used it that much. This is basically the collection Eyebrow Definer, I believe it's called, and this is in the shade Blonde. So now it's time to put a bit of colour onto my eyes because I look a bit strange right now. For that, I'm going to be using the Makeup Revolution Focus and Fix Eye Primer just to add a more solid base for the eyeshadow to stick to. Now for eyeshadow, I managed to get my hands on one of the Morphe eyeshadow palettes, which I've been waiting for ages, and it finally came back into stock on Cult Beauty before quickly selling out again. But in that brief little window, I managed to get my hands on this one, which is the 350 palette, I believe. So this has got a mix of the matte shades and the shimmer shades, and it is just freaking beautiful. It is just the dream. Like, for reals. I'm especially loving this little shimmery shade right here, which is super sparkly and just incredible. So yeah, I've been using that a lot, and I will use that today. And to apply my base colour, I like to use this big fluffy brush from Morphe, which is the MB15. Quite a dense brush just to pack the colour on there, and it really does. So we shall start with, I think, this colour right here. Yeah, I'm pretty haphazard with what eyeshadow applying because I just like to tidy up afterwards. So yeah, I am not a pro, but the end result I feel is okay, so that's all that matters. Oh yeah. And next I'm going to go in with a lighter shade, possibly a bit sparkly. Yeah, we'll go sparkly, and I'm just going to put that kind of in the inner corner using this brush, which is the Zoeva 230 Luxe Pencil Brush, which again I absolutely love. And I think we will go for this nice kind of goldy bronzy colour. Pull such strange faces when I'm doing my makeup. Then I take this brush, which is the Morphe M321, which is kind of similar to my little pointed pencil brush or whatever it was called. It's just a little bit finer, I think. And then I'm going to take, I think I might take that sparkly colour actually, the really super sparkly one in the corner, and go in the outer corner of my eye and give that a little bit of definition. Base shade and kind of blend it a little bit in the middle. I don't want any harsh lines. And then I'm going to take that colour underneath my eyes with the Zoeva 226 Smudger Brush, which is, again, really good. And we're not going to tidy that up just yet. We are going to firstly apply eyeliner and mascara, because I usually get mascara all over my lids as well. Oh, and this is the Super Glory Super Cat eyeliner, which I absolutely love, but is actually starting to run out, so it doesn't apply quite as well as it should do. And then, as I don't have a very steady hand, I'm just going to tidy that up with a face wipe because I'm a big old cheater. For mascara, I've been using this one, which is the Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, which is really good, but I can't stop all this stuff coming out the sides. I don't know why. I feel like it might be drying up a little bit. So now the mascara is done, I'm just going to tidy up the edges of my eyeshadow. Cheating a little bit. Oh shit, dropped it on the floor. Yeah, so now I'm going to tidy up the edges, cheating a little bit, using the Rimmel Lasting Finish Concealer. Yeah, using the Rimmel Lasting Finish Concealer, which is this little pot of goodness. And I just take the brush that came with my Naked 3 palette and use the kind of tapered end to wax some concealer under my eyes and under my eyebrows, and then I can blend all this out. Because I have not yet mastered the art of blending my eyeshadow properly using brushes alone. I just can't do it. But this also gets rid of any dark circles and just adds a little bit more of a glowy look underneath my eyes. To blend that out, I'm going to be using this brush, which is newly washed and fresh, and this is the Zoeva 142 concealer brush. And now I feel so much more like me. Like, seriously. I did try going without eyeliner at all for a week and I just couldn't do it, but I have stopped wearing it on the bottom so much, although I still put on quite a bit of eyeshadow. Next up we go for blusher. My blusher has not changed in so long, so I'm still using this one, which is the NARS Deep Throat Blush, which I'm sure you're all familiar with. And I apply that with the Real Techniques blusher brush. I probably put on too much, but I just can't tell. Oh, see, it's a little bit pink, she said, adding more. And then to soften that out a bit, and just because, you know, who doesn't love a good highlighter, I've been using this one, which I'm definitely going to have to buy a full-size version of, because it is I just freaking love it. It's the best highlighter I've ever used. I do struggle to find highlighters that give me a nice glow without being super sparkly. And it's also kind of hard to find one that suits such a pale complexion. But I've got this one, which is in the Laura Mercier, I can't remember what this palette was called. Oh, this is the Essential Eye Art and Cheek palette, which I bought in the January/Christmas sales. I use the highlighter pretty much every day from this, so it has gone kind of everywhere. It is just the bomb. And I apply that using this, which is the Zoeva 129 Luxe Fan Brush. And then I'm just going to bring back my eyebrows once again with this pencil, as they have gone a bit blurry. I like to set all this with my Collection Primed and Ready Invisible Setting Powder, which is really good considering how cheap it is. And then for my lips, this is the NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream, which I have many of, because the colours are just wonderful and they last really well, and they're just the best liquid lipstick I have tried. And this is in the shade Budapest, which is quite dark. And if you thought I was bad at applying my eyebrows, you just wait and see how shittily I do my lips. Oh, I got eyeliner on my mouth. How's that even a thing? That's not too bad. I always just struggle because I have a little like bubble just on this side of my cupid's bow, so it's really hard to get both sides even. I think that's as good as we're gonna get. I always end up with one side slightly pointier than the other, and it really bothers me, but you'll learn to live with it. And once I'm done, I like to set this with the Urban Decay All Nighter Makeup Setting Spray. This is actually quite a recent purchase. I have been using the Pixie setting spray, but I wish it wasn't so scented, because it kind of smells, is it like roses? But it kind of smells like old lady perfume, if you get my drift, and it just puts me off a little bit. Also, it's really, really wet, whereas this is more of a finer mist, so yes. That is the finished look. But this is how I pretty much look on a day-to-day basis. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And if you're not already, please subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye!